Hey everybody, so I'm Jer. A lot of you guys already know me. Um, you know that recently I posted a video talking about coming out, and then coincidentally, within the month after that, I received an email from my mom who had, I received a text and a phone call from my mom who had disowned me 8 years ago whenever I first came out in 2008, and it's 2016 right now. And I came out in July of 2008, and I had heard from her throughout time, but she had always wanted me to change. She didn't want me to be gay, and that was part of the stipulation of talking was um, we wouldn't talk until I changed my mind about being gay, which is impossible. You can't change your mind about being gay. You're born gay. Um, anyway, so I did a video after that, after getting a text from her and a phone call, because I was confused. I wasn't for sure what I wanted to do or how to handle that, and if I was going to respond and how I would respond. But her text, when she texted me, was like, "Hey, how are you? Still love you. Don't really agree with your lifestyle choices, but I still love you and would love to be able to talk back and forth from text. Um, you and your partner, you and your friend can't come to visit." So I I wasn't for sure how to respond to that. I'm in my closet and it's like really cramped in here. And so I ended up responding and saying, yeah, we can have a relationship through text and I guess emails, because she ended up telling me later that she only has, I guess it's not funny, but she only has 300 text messages. So she has a plan that only allows 300 text messages, and so she wanted to be able to communicate through email, um, which is fine. And so we started communicating through email, and then in no time at all, I ended up getting an email from her, and the email says, "I don't really know how to phrase this in a question, or even if it's a fair question to ask. I am and I have been for a long time confused about how you went from being a devout Christian, um, a boy who had girlfriends while growing up, a man who once married a woman. I was actually married to a woman at one time. Um, how did you get from that sweet child I was so close to, the one who always talked to me about everything, to the man you are now? How can a person just do a 180 like that? To my knowledge, you were never even exposed to any homosexuals. I ponder that often. What happened? Were you abused at some time in your life? Did I do something wrong while raising you? I just don't understand. Would you shed some light on this for me? I find it hard to believe that you were gay all that time, and absolutely no one suspected it." Okay, so with that, uh, I have decided to do a series of videos actually talking about being gay and what it's like to be gay, why I'm gay, why other people might be gay, and I can't really talk for everybody. I can talk for myself. I'm going to do this series from my closet, which I guess is kind of funny, but and I'm doing it actually from my closet because there's a lot of noise out in my room right now. We have roommates and they're home, and I just kind of wanted to be alone. I wanted to be, which is it's not funny at all. But whenever you're gay, you do feel alone. You feel secluded, and that's why they say being in a closet, because you feel like you're stuck in this little area with no one else. So there's no room for anybody else there, and it's just you, and you really can't share who you are in that space because just a small space, and nobody is allowed in. You're not allowed out, and I believe that's where "in the closet" came from, because you're in this space and it's crowded. It feels crowded in that space until you eventually get to come out and kind of feel free with who you are. Not everybody gets to do that. Not everybody has had the chance to do that. I'd say that there's been a lot more of our population that were gay or bi and didn't ever express that because they were living by everybody else's rules. And they were either forced to or they made the choice to do that, usually forced to because of their environments, and they didn't want to be rejected by the people that they loved, which is what ended up happening to me. I was rejected initially by the people I loved, But I eventually decided, no, I've got to take a stand, and I've got to be myself. I've got to be this person that I am. And you can either love me or not, but if you don't, then you don't really have a spot in my life. And yes, that's going to be hard, and yes, it was very hard for me, but I've made it through. It took time, but I made it through. And I think it's well worth it, because I was able to be myself. I was able to find love in my life that's legitimate, genuine love. So I'm going through and I'm going to answer some questions in this series of videos. This is the video 1 for that series, and I will do quite a few different ones, and I'm going to try to post them pretty close together, and do links to the last one in each of the videos. This video I'll probably link to my coming out video, or probably to my coming out video, and then you can go through my videos and find the one where I'm talking about texting her and my decision to go ahead and talk to her, even though it's kind of tough because she did disown me, and I feel like it would be my decision to allow for that in my life, or to give her another chance, and I have decided to give her another chance. And she's asking questions that I guess could be offensive, but I had to take a step back and be like, no, then it's not offensive. She's just trying to get answers. She's trying to find out, to figure out what exactly is this, and I think she's trying to just get a viewpoint, a perspective from me, and be able to come to terms with the fact that I am gay, similar to how gay people have to come to terms with the fact that they are gay too, or bi people, or whatever it happens to be. You have to come to terms with yourself. So I think we have to be understanding as gay people. We have to be understanding that the people around us that love us and that we love might have to also need help coming to terms with the fact that we're gay, that someone that they love is gay, and that it's not a bad thing, and that it's okay. That it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong to cause this. I was born this way, and it's nothing I decided. It's nothing you did to change me and who I am. It's just how it happened. So the first video is how or why am I gay? I'm gay because I was born this way. I was born in this. I don't know. I haven't really talked to anybody that says that they would have chosen this. I did make the only choice in any of this that I made was to come out. It wasn't to be gay. I was attracted to guys a long time ago. In fact, I'm not even sure that I would be called gay. I am physically attracted to both men and women. There are females that I'm attracted to, and there are men that I'm attracted to physically. Emotionally, I'm attracted to guys. So I always tell people I am sexually bi and emotionally gay. And there's a word for it. I don't know what the word is, but there's a word for it. So I am gay, and because I was born this way. I made the choice to come out because I love myself, and I wanted to be able to find genuine love for myself, and I wanted to be able to have a relationship with somebody that I connect with emotionally, and not just somebody that I can have sex with, or somebody that's there just because this book or these people think that I should be forced to be with something that I'm not connected with somebody that I'm not connected with, and that would be a female. And like I said, I was married at one time. That was not necessarily, initially it was physical attraction. We ended up getting married as like a favor to her because she wanted to be able to come back home. She wanted to join the military. I was in the military. She wanted to be able to come back home to the military base where I was at, and the best chance of getting that would be to be married to somebody that was stationed nearby her home. She wanted to be near her family. And so we had been dating. She used me as a cover-up, as a beard, and I used her as a beard. Her reasoning was she wanted to be able to do stuff with girls and not have her family ask, oh, well, you're going out with a girl? What? No, what are you doing? And my reasoning was because I had family back home who, mainly my mom, who would question me. When are you going to date? Who are you dating? What's your personal life like? And I couldn't answer because I wasn't really active. I wasn't active at all in the gay world. I wasn't out yet. And I wasn't even consumed with trying to find the one or trying to find love or a relationship. I was just living my life and trying to do the best I could in the Air Force. And so that's why. And so I ended up looking for a girl to go on a date with, just so I could be like, hey, Mom, I went on a date. There you go. You happy? And we became good friends. And then I could like go to my mom and be like, hey, yeah, and the girl's name was Alicia. And I could be like, hey, I went on a date with Alicia last night, blah, blah, blah. And I could feel normal, and I could avoid being asked those questions that my mom would always ask. So made the choice to come out, didn't make the choice to be gay. I think that answers it. So if you are questioning somebody about why they're gay, realize that it's not their choice. We don't get to decide this life. Just like you don't get to decide to be straight or to be with a female, or if you're a man, or to be with a man if you're a female. Understand that it's not a choice that we make. I wish that people would get that in their heads. It's not. I can't think of anybody that would make this choice to be gay. I cannot think of anybody, because it is a different lifestyle. It is a different, not lifestyle, it's a different sexuality than the norm. But I really believe, 100%, I believe that there are more gay and bi people than what come out with that. A lot more. And I believe that the minority would probably be straight, completely straight, and the majority is at least a little bit bi, or at least a little bit gay, and usually even more than just a little bit. But they had to stay in the closet for different circumstances, whether it be work or family or friends. So please be understanding that we don't get to make this choice. And if you're gay and you're struggling with that, understand you didn't make this choice. And it is punishment, and it is hard. It's very hard. But you didn't make this choice, and it's a natural thing. There are a lot more people than just you and I, and the few people that are coming out or that have come out that are actually gay or bi, that are very relatable to who you are. Understand that. You're not different. You're not a freak. You're not a mess. You're not a bad thing. You are just as good, just as wonderful as any straight or any other person in this world. So don't let society tell you that you are not normal, or that you are some kind of strange thing. You are not. You might be a strange thing compared to what has come out or what has been made normal, but trust me, I believe that there is way more people that are gay or bi than what's come out. And so you're not a freak. You're not a bad thing. You are not a bad thing. You were born this way, and yes, it takes coming to terms with, but you're giving a little bit of extra responsibility because you're having to deal with the fact that it's not the norm. And that's okay to not be the norm. There's no norm, trust me. I've met a lot of people through travels and through just life, and there is no norm in life. You're just as normal, being the person you are, just as normal and unique as anybody else. So, yeah, and so if you're gay, understand that. You are just as special, just as meaningful. You have just as much value as anybody else in this world. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And if you're putting pressure on somebody else, don't. If you are on the outside, or if you're on the outside of being gay, if you are a straight person asking questions or demonizing, I guess that's a word, making someone feel like they're nothing or worse off or a bad thing because they are gay, you are in the wrong. That's so wrong. Understand that just because you were born a certain way doesn't mean that everybody else had to be born exactly like you. We weren't all born blonde. We weren't all born brunette. We weren't all born white. We weren't all born brown. We weren't all born a certain way because we're each unique, and that part of that uniqueness is sometimes our sexuality. So, yeah, there's no choice in it. It's not a why did you choose to be gay? I didn't get that choice. Just like you didn't get to choose to be straight, or you didn't get to choose to be whatever different things that are about you that you're born with that. You don't get to choose that. And you can either accept that's who you are or not and just live a really horrible life. I choose to accept who I am. And if people don't want to accept who I am, so be it. Move on. That's life. So I hope that answers the question of why are you gay? It's not a choice. I choose to come out. I did not choose to be gay. So that's video 1. Stay tuned for video 2. Check out the other videos on my channel and look for video 2, because I'm not for sure how to get it to play directly after this. But so check out and look for video 2. Thanks.